Hey guys, it's Jill, and I'm back with another Ancestry DNA video. My last one just walked you through the basics of what you get when you test with Ancestry, some of the main screens, what they mean, what your results mean, and most importantly, how to start sorting them so you can make sense of your matches. Today, I'm going to go into what I did as my next step. And I feel that a lot of people are unaware of these options, but there's some great options out there how to put your DNA in more areas so you have a higher chance of getting more connections. There are a lot of free websites out there where you can upload your raw DNA from Ancestry that offer different tools and different people to connect with. Ancestry.com is the largest database of people with over 6 million people testing. 23andMe is the next largest area where people or website that people test with. You can download your raw information from both of those sites. However, neither of those sites allow you to upload DNA information from another testing community. But there are a lot of websites that fall in between that you can upload information to, so you may be able to connect with close family members who tested with 23andMe or familytreedna.com. There's lots of testing services out there. So the more websites your information is on, the wider your search can be for people. So how we get our raw DNA. This is the main screen that I talked to you all about before that has your ethnicity, this area that talks about your matches and genetic communities if you happen to have them. Now, it's not in this screen because of how I screenshotted, but up in the upper right hand corner, there's going to be a little toggle there for the tools area. If you click on that, it's going to give you some options and it'll take you to a screen where you can, let's see, there's an email setting. Let's pull this up so you can actually see it. There's email setting for, and I'll have your name, and you can turn them off or turn them on to weekly. I suggest being on weekly. It also has your privacy information, and it'll show your display name where you can edit the name that is displayed to your matches. There's ethnicity profile display. This, if it gives your ethnicity results to your matches or not, you can actually turn that off so your matches cannot see your ethnicity. I don't see why that's an issue, but the option's there. Further down, there's going to be an area that says family tree linking. Now, you need to make sure your DNA results are actually linked to your tree. If you're adopted and you do not have anyone to put in a tree, make a tree anyway. Whether you put the mother and father and mark them as private so no one could see that information, or you put bio mom, bio dad, unknown mom, unknown dad. I don't care what's in your tree, but create one. And it's totally up to you. Some people say not to put information out there that you're adopted right away because some people shy away from that. They're worried about causing drama or being in, digging for information for an adoptee. Most of the people that I've personally been in contact with have been really awesome about being helpful. I've read horror stories where people are awful to people about it, and I've had one personal experience with helping a cousin where people unfortunately aren't that friendly. So that's totally up to you how you want to handle it. You can either put all your info out there and say, yep, I'm adopted, or you can just mark them as private. But regardless, link your DNA to a tree, whether there's nothing in that tree or you have 9 or 10 generations of research. Make sure it's linked. Under that, it'll just have some of your generic information like your name, your birth year, your gender, and all of that to make sure all of that's accurate. Further down the page, you will have research consent. You can consent to be part of a research project they're working on, or you can not consent. That's up to you. The last part is DNA results access. You can share your DNA with your matches or a friend that's into genealogy. Someday I'll learn how to talk right. So I have a good friend, Charlotte, who I've mentioned before, who's been extremely helpful to me. I gave her complete access to my account. She's under here as a collaborator. You can even make someone else a manager so they can make notes, or they can talk to email people for you, so on and so forth. But so if somebody connects with you and you're trying to figure out how you're related, by adding them as a collaborator, they can see your results, and you can see, if they add you, you can see their results. So you can see everyone they match with, and at some points that can be helpful with determining your actual relationship further down. Now, back up to the top of the page, there is going to be this little box on the side. It says download raw DNA. Now, in order to put your DNA on other websites, you're going to first have to download your raw DNA from Ancestry. You click on that thing. I believe it sends you an email because you have to confirm. There's legalities and stuff that come along with downloading your raw DNA. If any of that means anything to you, make sure you read everything it sends you and what it explains to you about what happens once you download your DNA and it's on your computer. So I don't have a problem with it. If somebody wants my DNA, they can have it. I don't know. But some people are funny about this stuff. So you download your raw DNA into, once you've confirmed your email that it's okay, it'll give you instructions, and you go and download your raw DNA, and it saves it to a zip file on your computer. Don't open this file. Just name it something that you know it's your DNA. Especially if you're like me and have more than one person in your household that's tested, you don't want to switch up what DNA you may put on another website. My husband and I have both tested. If we were both uploading to one of these other sites, I want to make sure my name's associated with my DNA and his name is associated with his DNA. So now that you have your raw DNA and you can do something with it, I'm going to tell you about the sites you can upload it to. There are pay options and free options for most of these sites. It is not necessary to pay for anything on any of these sites at this point. Once you get into it a little more, if there's more things that you need to do, or you've learned how to use DNA and start to triangulate and all these things, the one website that I'm going to talk about is pretty advanced as far in the learning of what to do with DNA and how to make sense with it and how to use it to create relationships and so forth. I am not capable of understanding that stuff at this point. I know very, very little about that, but having my information out there has generated matches that I don't have through Ancestry because they tested with another testing company. So I'm going to link all of these websites in the bottom bar below so you can access them, but I don't have printouts and stuff for them at this point. The three main ones that I use outside of Ancestry are Jed Match. It's Jed, G-E-D, match.com. This website looks like it's very basic, but this one has the greatest amount of tools, and it also shows you the email address of the people you match with. You go to jedmatch.com. You'll create an account with them, and there's instructions on how to upload your raw DNA. It takes a day or two, I believe, for everything to be functioning so you can see. Then once you go in, there's a one to many matches area. You can look at your matches and see all the people you connect with on Jed Match, and it gives you their email address right on that page. So if you come up with a second cousin match and you're like, oh, I don't have this person on Ancestry, this name doesn't seem familiar, none of this information seems familiar, I can just email them rather than going through an unreliable messaging service or system like they have on Ancestry.com. So you get connected straight to them. The next one is Family Tree DNA, or ftdna.com. Again, you create an account with them and you can upload your raw DNA and create yourself a profile. This one has some cool tools. The family tree area is a little not as user friendly as Ancestry.com, but it's free. I put my information there and I have matches there that I don't have on Ancestry. The last one I use is myheritage.com. Again, you just create an account, upload your raw DNA. You can build a tree there. Some people really like the tree building function on that website as compared to Ancestry. I have just stuck with using Ancestry because for me, I have a lot of resources there as far as matches, as far as help with people that are very, very familiar with Ancestry.com, like my friend Charlotte, who has helped me immensely. So just kind of leaving everything on Ancestry.com, but having my information on all these other sites and checking and being like, oh, I haven't seen this person on Ancestry, but this is a good match. Let me see what information they have. And it may be helped to confirm or deny different theories you may be working on or groups of people you've been trying to put together. You never know what you're going to find out there. But by having your information on multiple sites, it makes it so anyone who's tested, not anyone, but almost anyone who is tested, you have access to connecting with them. As I said, 23andMe and Ancestry are the only websites you cannot upload information onto. So considering they're the two biggest ones, by downloading your raw DNA, put it on these other websites, people from 23andMe are doing the same thing to widen their search, so you're more likely to be able to get connected with everyone that's testing. That can be very important. One of my close cousins who's looking for her father tested with 23andMe first. I tested with Ancestry first. I did end up testing with 23andMe, and she did end up testing with Ancestry. So now we have each other on both of those sites, as well as all of the other sites I've mentioned. And it's pretty amazing the differences that people have with their connections. One person may have so many connections on 23andMe, have very few on Ancestry, or have a ton of matches on Ancestry and have very few on 23andMe. So some of these websites have provided really good matches for me and some of them haven't. MyHeritage, I don't have a lot of matches on there. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because people just aren't testing with that company, or just people I'm related to aren't testing with that company. I know people have had good luck with that one. I don't have anything closer than like a third, probably fourth cousin match on there, I believe. I can't remember, but you never know. So what I'm saying is get that raw data out there, make yourself accessible to as many people as possible to help you further your search. And since you've already done your main sorting of your people with Ancestry.com, when you find one of these people and you see the surname Smith and you already have a group on Ancestry, like, yep, this group is Smith group, you can put that person right in that group. Say, okay, I've already done the research it looks like this person matches with these people, or you're going to find other people like you that have your data in more than one place, and that also will help you sort these new matches you're going to find through these other testing companies. All right, gonna stop now, but I hope this is helpful to you guys in your search. If any of you have comments, questions, concerns, anything at all, please let me know. Again, read the legal stuff on all these websites if any of that concerns you. I personally haven't read anything that would deter me from wanting to use any of these other websites, but of course that's always a personal preference. I just wanted to let you all know that these options are out there, and a lot of people are having success by putting their information out on multiple websites so they can kind of cast a wider net for their matches. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Good luck in your searches. Take care of yourself, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.